Welcome to Local Matters. I'm Elizabeth. Let's get started. At 134 square miles, the town of Plymouth is geographically the largest in Massachusetts. This makes for a large community comprised of several smaller, unique areas we call villages. So, how many villages are there in the town of Plymouth? Join Julie Burry, Reference Associate and History Room Archivist of the Plymouth Public Library, as she and librarian Tom Comiskey take you on a virtual tour, sharing knowledge of the origins and locations of Plymouth's villages, dating back to the 17th century. It Takes a Village is a two-part program. Part 1 takes place on April 27th at 11 a.m. Visit the Plymouth Public Library website to register. South Shore Conservatory is the largest nonprofit community school for the arts in Massachusetts, offering robust programs for music, dance, and drama for over half a century. In January, the Board of Trustees announced the appointment of the Conservatory's fourth president, Robert Cinnante. Julie invited Robert on via Zoom to talk about what's next for SSC.
Robert, welcome. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations on being named the president of the South Shore Conservatory.
Thank you for having me.
It's
great to be here today.
It's great to have you here. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you ended up in this wonderful position?
Sure. Well, I feel very lucky to have ended up in this position. Music education has been a part of my whole life. When I think back, going back to my early childhood, music has always been so central to everything that I've done. I came up as a young musician myself, as a flutist and then a singer. I actually studied in the Boston area at the New England Conservatory. But at a certain point in my life, I decided to go in a different direction into arts leadership. And I've worked with several organizations, starting in the Boston area, and then at the Virginia Opera, and most recently in Connecticut as the executive director of the Waterbury Symphony Orchestra. And when this opportunity came up to come to an organization like this one, I was just so excited because it allowed me to bring front and center my passion for music education and the ability to really make a difference through the arts in the community.
What a wonderful answer, and what a wonderful background you bring to this position. You've seen music from a lot of different sides, which is wonderful. What kind of research did you do on the conservatory before you took the job?
I had actually been familiar with the conservatory prior to taking the job. If I think back to my own time in Boston, I was familiar with the organization and familiar with some of its programs, specifically the Duxbury Music Festival. And it's interesting to be interviewing for a job during COVID. Almost the entire interview process, actually, really the entire interview process was conducted virtually. So it does feel a little different not to meet people in person, but there was such an incredible amount of due diligence, I think, from both ends, from the conservatory, but also from my end. And that included really just getting to know the conservatory through reading about it, through speaking to people, and also, to be honest, just taking a drive up here one day and spending some time getting to know the communities that the conservatory serves, specifically Hingham and Duxbury, but really all of the South Shore. I think we really have a regional presence here on the South Shore, serving a larger community.
Absolutely. And for people who don't know, exactly what does the South Shore Conservatory offer as classes, as performance? What is it all about?
It really offers it all. I think a community music school, it really exists in service to the community. And what I really think it's about, Julie, is offering, in our case, access to exceptional arts education and performances. And it's, youth is obviously a big focus of what we do, starting from a very young age, but it's really meant for children and adults of all ages. It's about lessons, classes, performances, and also a very robust creative arts therapies program. And that's really meant to serve people that learn differently, as well as adults who have certain needs, such as memory loss and Parkinson's, and people where we have an opportunity to heal through music and the arts. So we're really a multifaceted organization. You hear the word conservatory, and you think, oh, conservatory, that has a certain connotation to it. But really, I think we exist as a resource for the community.
That's a wonderful answer. That's great. And music is a universal language, and it is a universal healer also. It's been known to do that. Now,
Absolutely.
during COVID, where singers can't really sing and musicians can't really play instruments as well, how have you dealt with this during all the pandemic so far?
Sure. Well, we have actually been open since September. And what we've done is a combination of, I would say, adjusted in person learning. So you have lessons and classes that are occurring with social distancing, with masks, with a lot of precautions in place around air purification and cleaning. And then we also offer all of our students the opportunity to learn virtually. And this is called our high flex model. So it's essentially a hybrid model that allows, again, that opportunity to learn in person or to learn virtually. We're lucky that as the weather warms up, we have two beautiful campuses with a lot of outdoor space. And that allows us to also offer people the opportunity to learn in person outside with, especially with some of the things you've talked about, certain instruments, singing, little riskier when it comes to things like, aerosols and spread. So we have to be even more careful with the social distancing, but hopefully being outside allows us an opportunity to relax a bit. And I also think we're all feeling a little hopeful that as the public health situation is improving, more and more people will want to come back here in person. I think there's a certain magic that exists. While it's great to be able to learn virtually, I think when somebody's in person and face to face making music and learning and sharing, I think there's just something very special about that can't be replicated virtually.
Totally agree. And I think everybody is yearning for that face to face and to be able to watch a concert and watch people sing or perform their musical instruments in person and live and just have eyes on. Absolutely agree. What upcoming programs are you offering that people could look forward to?
I think the biggest thing, Julie, is our summer. Summer is such a special time at the South Shore Conservatory on both campuses, both in Hingham and Duxbury. And while last summer we had to pivot to being virtual, the plan this summer is to be back in person. There's going to be precautions in place. It's not going to be a totally normal summer, but our goal is to welcome students and faculty here on campus for our summer music festival here in Hingham and our evenings under the stars performances, and then our Duxbury Music Festival down in Duxbury, and a whole host of other classes and programs, again, for all ages, starting, as young as age 3.
Oh, wow. So you take them all the way through. That's wonderful. That's so good.
Absolutely.
And my last question, I assume that you've relocated to this area?
I am in the process of relocating. Finding a house in this housing market has been a little challenging, but my wife and I are on the verge of hopefully securing something here in the community. And I have to say, we've really taken to this community. We love the South Shore. We love being here, and I really think a role like mine makes sense for me to be here in this community because I see what I'm doing not just as a job, but as an extension of who I am and really my commitment to the community in the South Shore region. I think it's a great place to live, and I think the conservatory plays an important part in that.
Well, the Conservatory is incredibly lucky to have you, and so are we as residents of the South Shore. We can't wait to see what you come up with. It's been great having you. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Julie. I appreciate the opportunity.
Back to you, Elizabeth.
If you would like to learn more about South Shore Conservatory, please visit them online at www.sscmusic.org. Wildflowers enrich our landscape by springing up in unpredictable places, painting their colors across our New England springs and summers, and attracting birds, bees, butterflies, and other pollinators. On April 29th from 7 to 8:30 p.m., learn how to identify local wildflowers with Mass Audubon and botanist Ted Elliman, author of Wildflowers of New England. Ted will share stories of conservation efforts and review trilliums, lady slippers, jack in the pulpit, bunchberries, and more in this online class. To register, visit the Mass Audubon Facebook page. When you take your car to a mechanic, does it feel like they're speaking another language? The Kingston Public Library, together with Kaya Milstein, is offering the whys and whens of car maintenance virtually on May 3rd from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Learn when specific maintenance tasks are due and why. Topics include changing oil, filters, coolant, checking tire pressure, and much more. Kaya is an automotive educator, writer, empowerment speaker, and the founder of Mechanic Shop Femme. She's had 7 years in the automotive industry and 3 years as a virtual educator, so you'll find her workshop engaging, fun, and easy to understand. Sign up for this free class through the Kingston Public Library website and bring your questions. They are encouraged. Are you curious about what you can do with an iPad? The Pembroke Council on Aging has launched a program to provide you with a loaner iPad to explore the latest technology, play games, and connect with others. You'll be given instructions for setup and a number for support, if needed. Currently, you may keep the iPad for as long as you are using and enjoying it. Once returned, all content will be erased from it before being lended to the next person. To sign up, call 781-294-8220, and the COA will set up an appointment time for you to come in, check it out, and take it home to explore. Town Brook is one of over 100 riverine systems across the state that host an annual migration of river herring each spring. They migrate from their maturing habitat in the Atlantic Ocean up to Billington Sea, where they lay their eggs. On Saturday, April 24th from 1 to 4 p.m., join Plymouth Patuxet at the Plymouth Gristmill, the perfect spot to see thousands of fish waiting their turn to move through the fish ladder and make it over the dam. Gather scientific data by counting fish as they exit the fish ladder, make your own fish artwork, and cheer on the herring as they go by. To learn more, visit plymouth.org. Keith is here for an all-new In Focus Snapshot.
Hi, I'm Keith Hughes, and welcome to In Focus Snapshot, where we take a look at stories from the state and our communities that you may have missed. The Commonwealth is making strides to become more climate-friendly. Last month, Governor Baker signed a sweeping climate bill into law with plans to cut greenhouse gas emissions, build a greener economy, and prioritize equity across the state. Among the law's provisions, a goal of net zero emissions by 2050, with the total amount of greenhouse gases put into the atmosphere offset by what can be removed. 6 sectors will see new emission reduction targets, and the law sets the stage for more electric vehicles in the future by building more charging stations throughout the state. The law improves access to solar programs in lower-income communities, and it will spend more on clean energy workforce development, creating more job training opportunities for fossil fuel workers, and awarding grants to minority and women-owned small businesses. Plymouth is on the path to rebuilding. Recently, the Plymouth Recovery Task Force, in collaboration with town government and the Plymouth Regional Economic Development Foundation, received a rapid recovery grant to help identify areas of recovery needed for downtown. Some of the challenges include identifying public and private capital investments to support small businesses in town, and developing aggressive marketing strategies to help them return to their pre-COVID activity levels. The task force also looks at regional and national COVID best practices that can be used to develop future resiliency strategies and create a sustainable economic environment here in Plymouth. State Representative Matt Muratori is back with his show State Matters. In the latest episode, he sits down with Plymouth Select Board Chairman Ken Tavares, along with Karen Keene and Barry Potvin from the Plymouth Public Health Department. You can check it out on the Plymouth Government Channel, Comcast 15, Verizon 47, and on PAC-TV's YouTube page, PAC-TV Video Share. Election season is in full swing on the South Shore, and the Kingston town election is up next on Saturday, April 24th. Polls are open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and all precincts will vote at Kingston Elementary School. Check out the town's website, kingstonmass.org, for more election information. And if you want to learn more about the candidates running for office, especially for the contested seats on the Kingston School Committee, Silver Lake Regional School Committee, and Board of Health, you can watch candidate interviews online at PAC-TV's Video Share page on YouTube and on the Kingston Government Channel, Comcast Channel 15, or Verizon 42. Thanks for watching this edition of In Focus Snapshot. I'm Keith Hughes. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Keith. On May 1st, Join the Duxbury Free Library in the Reading Garden for Family Fun Day. There will be a concert by Howie Newman at 1 p.m., lawn games, a story walk, crafts, and a book sale to benefit the Friends of the Duxbury Free Library. Something for everyone. The fun will run to 4 p.m. Visit the library's website to learn more. The Kingston Farmers Market returns for the season on Sunday, May 2nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Held outdoors at the Kingston Collection, the market's aim is to provide a vibrant, family-friendly gathering place with a focus on locally grown and produced food and the work of skilled local craftspeople. This is an in-person, socially distant market where masks are required. For the growing list of vendors, check out their website at www.farmersmarketkingston.com/vendors. Stephan Delbos is a writer, translator, and editor, and is the first Poet Laureate of Plymouth. This is his original work.
Hi everyone, this is Stephan Delbos. I'd like to share 3 poems with you today. All of these come from my new book, Small Talk, which is now available from Dos Madres Press. The first poem's called The Rusted Door, and it's about those moments when, for whatever reason, call it inspiration or imagination, we get a glimpse into the secret heart of things that lurks below or beyond mere visual reality. The Rusted Door. Cast away at a laughter party, I climbed the fire escape to the glittering hull of night sky docked on city rooftops. Sunlight seeped the seam of air and earth. A rusted door on the neighbor roof disrupted dawn. Perhaps I was some cheap champagne Prometheus that unhinged hour, but the rusted door called out like fire. Spidering across the steep roof, I reached the guttered edge, paused at the long drop-off to concrete. What malicious, blessed dreamer pries us from our common sleep to see the secret radiance of the ordinary, then sets us groping again among rough stones? I turned back, saying, "It's a rusted door," shuffled to the dying party. Every morning, if I wake in time to watch the ancient sun flood night's floating city, I feel that door's dull burn, bolted like a secret in my brain. The next 2 poems are sonnets, and both are looking back to moments from childhood. The first is called Poem for Child Soldiers. Winter's thaw longing for the limitless afternoons of August I deployed to play army on a front lawn battlefield. Razor wire picket fence, the neighbors' terrorists, shrill rattle of tongue against teeth, reports from the universal boyhood Uzi echoing tonight in the splutter of a cocktail lounge men's bathroom hand dryer. I remember and point a loaded mock Mac 10 at the mirror, cashmere sweater camouflage, but now my man-made gunshots don't kid anyone. This poem is called Poem for Aliases. I had a kid affinity for dog tags. G.I. Joe offered honorary real American hero status for $10. Engraved Max Thunder when they came by mail. I lived childhood embarrassed of my name and daily wore an alias. One morning I stood across Allerton Street from Patrick, my first best friend, lobbing the tags over telephone wires to his open hands. The ball chain caught someone's conversation, spun tight and stopped, nodded. What to do but walk home without the wrong name on my neck? Thanks for listening, and please tune in to the Plymouth Poetry Forum on Facebook, where I'll be announcing all the upcoming events and activities for the Plymouth Poet Laureateship. We have a number of really exciting things coming up this spring and through the summer, and I hope you can all be a part of it. So stay well, stay healthy, and stay inspired. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stephen, and thank you for staying with us for this episode of Local Matters. From all of us at PAC TV, have a happy and safe week. We'll see you next time.